Guys, I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back. And I do appreciate the support. I'm out of breath. Guys, listen. In the world of craziness, it keeps compiling. And this story right here is one for the books. This story is out of Los Angeles, California. Shout out LA, you know what I'm saying? And it's about a 93-year-old woman who was in her house hearing noises in her crawl space for months, only to find out that it was a man living under her house. Evidently, he was homeless for months. And not only did they find a man under there, they tried to get him out and he wouldn't come out, despite efforts to shoot gas, tear gas, and stuff up under there. Now, this guy finally is arrested, but this is a scary scenario. Is the economy and situation that bad out here that people are living under houses like trolls live under bridges? You be the judge. Take a look at this.
Police found a naked man in the crawl space under a 93-year-old woman's home after she and her family had reported hearing sort of strange noises for weeks. It happened overnight in El Sereno. NBC4's Amber Frias live from outside the LAPD Hollenbach station with details on this. Amber.
Colleen, it's a bizarre situation that has rattled not just those living in the home, but the entire neighborhood. And to make matters worse, police had to spend hours trying to get this man out, having to resort to tear gas, which created a huge commotion across the neighborhood and forced those living in the home to have to find somewhere else to sleep. For weeks, a 93-year-old grandmother living in this El Sereno home had been hearing weird noises.
But it was usually late at night, right? And so we just chalked it off to being animals being under the house, possums, raccoons, whatever, what have you.
But Thursday night, her son-in-law, Ricardo Silva, says the noises got louder.
Just the noises were kind of like knocking. It was kind of like, as my wife was walking, they were kind of knocking back from under the house. So she says, you know, something's wrong.
Family members at the home called police. When officers arrived, they made a shocking discovery: a naked man in the crawl space under the home. Police identified him as 27-year-old Isaac Betancourt.
He refused to leave. He wasn't scared of the dogs. And the first two attempts at gas didn't fish him out.
Betancourt didn't give up easily. After hours of refusing to come out of the crawl space, LAPD says they had to resort to tear gas to get him out. It's unclear how long Betancourt had been underneath the home, but the family suspects he may have been staying for up to 6 months. The crawl space itself is only about 2 feet high and stretches under the entire home with 3 entryways. The family believes he used this one to come and go.
It's a bizarre thing, but it's not probably uncommon. You know, in this day and age, people are looking for shelter.
The family says they'll be securing the crawl space to prevent this from happening ever again. And earlier this afternoon, we also asked the family if they had been able to look inside the crawl space to see if Betancourt had left anything behind, but they told us it was still too gassy to access. Now, LAPD tells us they arrested Betancourt for trespassing. Live in Hollenbach, Amber Frias, NBC4 News.
That's some barbarian shit right there. For real. They reported hearing strange noises for weeks. He was under the house naked. What the fuck? That's crazy. He was under the house naked, y'all. The police went under there and flashed the flashlight. All they saw was naked ass, homeless ass. Trifling. Trifling. Make it make sense. You can't. Said he was down there banging. What are you, hanging a picture? So this crawl space was 2 feet tall, and you know it was nothing but dirt down there. That was an old looking house. That house probably was made in the 70s. And he was under there and all that funk, just moving like the Green Army man nobody liked, that was just always in the bushes, the one that laid down. Was it mental illness? I think so, because I can't see anybody being comfortable being in dirt with their dick out. No offense. You know what I'm saying? Or was it drugs? But then again, I mean, nowadays, I mean, when I was homeless and I was out here in Houston getting myself established, I seen homeless people do some of the craziest stuff and sleep in places you wouldn't even look at, let alone lay in. But I mean, it's just a different culture. People don't give a damn. But I'm gonna tell you something though. Besides this whole thing being crazy, there are people out here that go back to their primal animal instincts and live like animals live. This guy was comfortable under a house. And he said that the noise only happened at night. Of course, he probably was out during the day. He would sneak out, probably when the sun came up. But I mean, I want you to think about that. A human being thinks it's okay to live under somebody's house. So he must have been walking down the street and went up to different homes and seeing if he could get in one way or another, and then found a place and then just started going in there on a regular. That's scary. It's scary bad enough to, have your house, just sitting there and people just walk up to it where they have access to come up to your house and touch it or do something around it. But that woman's 93 years old. Can you imagine her fright now, knowing that it was a stranger under her house, crazy enough to live under there naked? What else could he have did? God knows what else he could have did. That's the part that's scary. Like I said, this is some barbarian stuff. What do? He only got a trespassing charge, y'all. A trespassing charge. Had to tear the block up, have helicopters out there, all that other stuff, of course, and a lot of man hours in time. They shot tear gas under there and he just chilled. He chilled under there. And all he got was a trespassing charge. You don't think nothing wrong with the justice system? Do he deserve life in prison? No. Do he deserve a prison sentence? I don't think so, but he deserves something. They need to start institution mental wards or something. Real ones like they used to, because it's a lot of people out here that's doing stuff that's outside of human conception. Thought. You know what I'm saying? You down there crawling around with spiders, roaches, spider webs, mice, rats. You in the cold. Come on, man. He need help. He need help for real. If I was a cop, I wouldn't be the first cop to touch him, even with gloves on. Because I'm telling you, if you down there in dirt and stone and you naked, I know his skin probably was nasty, had ticks and all kind of stuff on it. Yo, I'm going to tell y'all something real quick. I seen a homeless man dressed in plastic bags one time. And when I say plastic bags, I'm not talking about how you put a plastic bag, you cut the bottom of it up and put it on you like a suit and have it on. This dude had custom made clothes that were trash bags, like them little tie-up bags that you have, like the little Walmart bags. He tied them and made clothing with them, had them on his skin, and kept putting bags on top of bags on top of bags, like where you could see the old bags was all tattered and nasty and discolored and new bags was being put on top. And this guy was out here in Houston for a while. I don't know what happened to him out there in Southwest Houston, but he would push a shopping cart. He had wiry hair. And the way he looked, and it would be hot, he would be covered in plastic, sweating. I'm like, yo, come on, man. Come on. Police pass this person all the time, man. It's something they got to do. It's not normal to live under a house like a troll would live under a bridge, especially in those conditions. You know what I'm saying? Said he was down there possibly for up to 6 months. Man, I bet his ear is dirty as hell. I'm about to throw up. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. It's funny, man. People be doing this stuff and going up in there and people be like dismissing it as an animal or whatever. That house should have been checked up under there, and they know it. They know that house. I mean, old as she is, she can't go up under there. You got family, they should have been inspected that. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.